Assetto Corsa Evo is topic of the week as the guys have released their announcement trailer regarding the Assetto Corsa Evo game, and we are jumping straight away into it with a live reaction. However, as the title already indicates a tiny little bit, I have a little bit of a concern. I'm not 100% sure if that game, after all, is going to be exactly my title. But let's dive deep into the announcement video, see what kind of details that we can see, and what are we looking at.
This is not about your age. This is not about your car.
That is a great intro into the video.
It isn't about your experience.
Look at the details. A stitching on the wheels.
It isn't about performance or power.
Driver without gloves.
And it isn't about how you portray your love for driving. Because car passion is a state of mind.
There are some gloves though.
And it's driven by heart.
Are we talking about a racing simulator? Or are we talking about a driving simulator? Guys, put your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know. Is it a driving simulator or is it a racing simulator? What is it more for you? Remember, like, Assetto Corsa 1, to me, is a good racing simulator. It's good physics, generally speaking. The features the racing, whether that is like road course racing or whether that is drifting. However, we have seen a lot of AC videos where people have just modded all sort of stuff into the game. Whether that is a cat lying on a sofa driving around the Rouge, whether that is your average bloke leaning back in his BMW M4 and driving through a city. We've seen it all on AC1, I think. So to me, yes, AC1 is a racing simulator, but it's also, like, to me, became more a driving simulator over the time. And I think also what the majority of today's AC1 users is really people like driving around in a kind of open world situation. I haven't heard of too much esport that's going on there. Yes, we may have the Racing Unleashed platform, the guys in Switzerland, that are based in Switzerland. They've, I think, in the meanwhile, went out to Spain and Germany even. They are using the simulation for racing, but I haven't heard of a really important or really huge esport series that is taking place on Assetto Corsa 1 at this stage. So to me, AC1 has become some sort of a driving simulator rather than a racing simulator. But let's see about AC Evo then, as we dive back into the trailer. Ah! Do I need to go back? Aye! What am I looking at here? Where is the speed? And I'm gonna quickly mute that for you. Ooh. Do you see the rigidness? Like, okay, we've seen maybe a little bit of tire deflection here, but just look how the car is bouncing. It's like, oh, it reminds me of ACC. I can't help it. And you know why it reminds me of ACC? It reminds me of ACC because the movement of that car, like, you can probably argue that it hasn't got a real good suspension in the real life anyway, since it is that much of an historical car. However, we guys know how ACC cars are jumping over curbs and bumps and so on. Anyway, let's see what the trailer has available for us even further. Before moving on though in the video, guys, give this video a thumbs up if you appreciate the content, subscribe on the channel, ring the bell to not miss out on more news videos. Interesting drift. Oh, again, have you seen it? Have you seen it? Look how that Porsche drops off the garage. Yay! ACC vibes to me. More ACC vibes. Okay, that is more ACC vibes right there. I'm not gonna go back and play it as a video, but the real light's reflection on the ground, the way the grass and the light is looking like here at the wall, the way the Ferris wheel is looking. Didn't we see that in ACC like this already? Question. Let me know what you think, guys. Also, put it down in the comments. Interested to hear your thoughts on this one. But more intensively looking at footage. It says AC Evo here, right? First impression is looks like Assetto Corsa Competizione. Anyway, we still see ACC footage here. Not that we, no, don't get me wrong, this is not ACC footage, but this is footage we could potentially see in ACC as well. Look at the grass. Look at the materials. Look at the trees. I think there is a shitload of similarities between this and ACC. At me, prove me wrong. Let me know what you think on it as we carry on. I'm not convinced this is a racing simulator. Yes, we do see race cars here, but the level of detail, I take the sound away from you again for that slow-mo. But look how the car is jumping around. A Ferrari like this should have a little bit of a better suspension, but this again seems extremely rigid to me. And the overall chassis movement just makes me really think, isn't that the same kind of chassis movement that we see in ACC? Let me know what you think on this, guys. Is this movement of the car like in ACC? Or is it something different? I am, like, just from looking at it full glance, and remember this is in-game footage, it says down there in the bottom right corner. Just looking at it, I get the perception that they've done some kind of what everyone accused Le Mans Ultimate to being, like the Assetto Corsa Competizione 1.5. Everyone has accused Studio 397 to have taken off Factor 2, repolish it a little bit, put a little bit better graphics, and then rebrand it as a Le Mans Ultimate and let it go out. And this is certainly not what has happened. Now we need to be fair. Obviously, Le Mans Ultimate already being released, already being accessible for the public. Here we only see that that trailer, that in-game footage. So we have to guess, and we have to give them also the opportunity to prove me wrong. But Le Mans Ultimate is more than R Factor 2, as we know. Le Mans Ultimate got a new bunch of physics, new bunch of cars, new bunch of technology, new tire model, new kind of features, things we haven't seen before in R Factor 2. Now, how will be AC Evo, though? That remains to be unanswered at this stage. But anyway, let's dive back into the footage and keep watching on. Now you see here we are back on the road cars, even with traffic coming across you. Lots of details. That drifting of the cars though. I'm not sure. Hang on. Assetto Corsa Evo driving simulation evolved. Driving is part of racing. We know that, but it's not. It doesn't say racing simulation evolved. Me suspiciously looking. You guys remember what I said in the beginning of the video, that I have named this title to be with a question. We can evolve on that. Ha! Evolve. Evolve. What a bad joke. Should have cut this out. Anyway, driving simulation evolved. Yes, driving is part of racing, but as I said before, all these details on the steering wheels, the road card that we see, and also driving on a legal road, like you saw all these, not even sure if it was it a German road? Where is it? Was it a German road? Those things you usually find in Germany, but he's driving on the wrong side, right? But those things could also be a different country. Either way, as a matter of fact, guys, we're talking about a driving simulator, not a racing simulator. That is the whole point I'm trying to make here. Anyway, final picture. Early access program starts 16th of January. Interesting. I thought Kunos planned to release this video. Not this video. This I'm releasing this video tomorrow. It's planning to release that game in 2024 already as a full game. That's how I understood it. I may be wrong though, so I'm not putting a blame out of them. It's going to be an early access, and I can't wait for all the people that are sort of still sitting on the fence when it comes to Le Mans Ultimate, saying, I don't buy a game that's not V1.0. I don't want to see you buy that game. just to have a little bit of a be according to what you said. Anyway, jokes aside, that's going to be interesting. I think it is a new kind of, how shall I say, it's like the new way of releasing games and making it an early access, especially if it is a title that is unlike F1 coming year after year after year, and you're just going to release it with bugs anyway. But I think a lot of games lately come as an early access, as a beta, as an open beta. We've seen it in Le Mans Ultimate, we've seen it with Rennsport. Arguably, you could say you saw it with R-Factor 2 as well. So, yeah, there is, you can argue about that. Now we're going to see it with AC Evo. But anyway, guys, let me know down in the comments area below. What is your take on it? And then I hope you've appreciated the video. If you did so, guys, please give it a like. Subscribe us on the YouTube channel, follow us on Twitch. And yeah, stay tuned for more sim racing content.